Recording. Okay, so welcome to today's PLD. This is what we're going to do. So first of all, we want to start with the installation of the required softwares. So with Flutter, just come and search Flutter here. So I'm just doing this for those who are not here and they'll want to know the process. So this is it. So for Flutter you just have to come here and install it. Direct the SDK manually. I don't know why. And just download the SDK manually. So for Flutter you just have to download the SDK manually. I checked for an easier method to do this, and then I didn't get any easier method. The easiest method you can do this is just by installing the SDK. Now just download the SDK. So after downloading the SDK, it will come to your downloads. So just extract it and place it where you want. So one thing with Flutter, so in case maybe you downloaded Flutter and you set it up and you found that it was not working, all you need to know about Flutter is you cannot place it in a place where it needs privileges. So what do I mean by this? Let me show you. So I'll just come here to my local disk C and then show you. So by default, once you download Flutter, it's going to come in your downloads area here. So by default, and unless you change the location where it's supposed to come. So in case you didn't change, it's usually supposed to come here. So after coming here, so I took it and I extracted it and then I placed it in local disk C. So in local disk C, make sure you don't place it in program files or in this program files here or this other one here. So Flutter cannot be installed in a place where you'll need privileges. If you try to install something here in the program files, you'll see something like this file requires administrative privileges so that you can continue. Flutter doesn't do that. It doesn't require all of that. Something else, you can't install Flutter in a place where the folder is saved with a space. Like in program files here, you can see there's a space here. So with Flutter you can't do that. So with me, I just took it and then I brought it here. So as you can see, this is it. This is the folder. I downloaded an archive file and then I extracted it. So this is it. So I came here and then I just came here inside. I open this and then make sure you go up to here, the bin, and then come here at the top. So I'm sure for those who attended the live learning sessions, I'm sure you know all about this. Just come here, copy the address. We can do this manually, but then we're just doing this so that we won't miss anything. So after doing that, you'll come search for environment variables. So just come here. Or let me just search for environment variables. Environment variables, and then just open it. So after opening it, just come here and then type this, open environment variables, this value here down, and then come here. So we are supposed to add your what you have copied into this path variable here. So just come here and click on the path and then say edit. So if you click on the edit, you're going to be brought here. So as you can see, the last file that I added recently was the Flutter SDK here. So you're just supposed to come here and say, you can just say edit or new, doesn't matter. So personally I just say new and then I'll be brought here. So I'll just say Control V so that you'll see. So I've copied the address there. So the address is in local disk C, Flutter Windows. This is the folder itself, and then now the Flutter itself, and then it's in the location of bin. So we are doing this so that every time we want to call Flutter, we can call it from anywhere. And then just basically you just say okay. So I won't say okay because as you can see on top there's already another Flutter bin there. So that's why I won't say okay. So just cancel this. But then that's how you're supposed to do. And then after doing that, make sure you close all the windows so that it can be make sure you close all the windows so that it can be upgraded automatically, so that anywhere you want to run your Flutter, you're going to get it. Something else, let's go to MySQL. So MySQL, let me just move this. You don't have to search for MySQL server, just say MySQL download. So if you search for MySQL download, you're going to be brought into this window here. Just click on the first link. So I'm sure most of you will hear something like, it's not compulsory to sign up or sign in. Just use the version you want and everything is going to be okay. But for me, I'll tell you guys something here. From what I tried searching out and I tried implementing. If you just download this MySQL file here without signing up, you're going to get an archive file. But then if you sign up and then you log in, it's just free. You're not going to be required to pay anything. If you just sign up and log in, you're going to get the file itself. Now the installer file, let me show you how it looks like. I don't know why I deleted that. I should have just waited. Yeah, so if you download, if you now you sign up, you'll get this Windows installer here. This is what I used. So for the other time again, I had installed some. Okay, I don't think it's still here. I think I already deleted it. But if you don't sign up, you're going to get an archive file. But then if you sign up and log in, you're just going to get this here, this MySQL installer here, which has everything. So let me just double click it. I already have it, but then let me just show you that it's available. So I'm sure it's not supposed to take long because I already have it in my system. So yeah, so this is what you're supposed to get, and then you're going to get a pop-up like this. So let it pop up here. Yeah, you're going to get a pop-up like this. So make sure you're connected to the internet while you're doing this. So with the archive file of it, you won't require to be in the internet. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I saw. But with this installer here, you are required to be connected to the internet because everything is going to be connected directly to the MySQL server itself. So as you all know, it's Oracle. Yeah, so yeah, this is what you'll get here. So for the meantime, as you can see, so I already have MySQL server and I already have MySQL Workbench. So I downloaded also the router and the shell for testing purposes. But for you, it's not compulsory. You can just download the server and the Workbench. Just going to be enough. So we're not going to do anything about that. But to confirm that everything is okay with MySQL, what you're supposed to do is open up MySQL itself, MySQL Workbench. Don't worry about the server itself. After setting up everything with the server, make sure you put a password that you won't forget. Most of the time, it's usually very hard to reset that password. So make sure you put a password that you won't forget easily. So let it open just quickly. So while that is still loading, let us look at the last thing. So it was Flutter. Yeah, okay, it's already here. So to confirm that everything is working, once you open up, so in case you have not downloaded MySQL server, you won't see these things here, MySQL connections. You see these two here. You won't see these instances here. So if you downloaded MySQL Workbench and you open it and you don't see these two, just know that MySQL server is not installed. If you see these two, just know you are okay to go. So for today, we won't do anything about MySQL, but next time, which is tomorrow maybe, yeah. So tomorrow we can have a session on MySQL if you get time. But then this is what you're supposed to see. Make sure you look on these two here, down here, these instances here. If you don't see this instance, so by default the first instance you'd see is this one here, because you'll be required to set an account, set up an account, set up a password and initialize it. So you're supposed to get only one. So you can see there are only two here because I created this other one here. Yeah, so I was just doing I was just working with it, so that's why I created this one here called Powerland project. But it's not compulsory. You can just leave it here at one and then close it. Yes, so what else? I think those were the two. So it was Flutter, MySQL, and now we'll go to Django. Yeah, so I don't think I've left out anything. So on the assignment, that's the last thing you're going to do. So let me now just open Django. So with this, let me just open my PowerShell. Yeah, I had not opened PowerShell. So now let me open also for gigs and open Django. Okay, actually I don't know where I'll find it. Python, it's supposed to be somewhere here. Where is it? Let me just search it. Gigs for gigs. Gigs for gigs. Gigs for gigs. Yeah, gigs for gigs. Django. Yeah. Can just add that, or can just play around with this here until you find it. So yeah. So this is the Django website that we're going to use here. This is the documentation. So in case you want an update thing of Django, you can use this. In case you want to start from the beginning, I'm sure for those who already attended the sessions, the live learning sessions already, or maybe watch the videos, you know about this. So you can just come also to W3 Schools here, and you also see it here. So one advantage with this one here compared to the other one is this one just takes you from the basics, but then it's not really good with the projects themselves because it's not beginner friendly. It takes people faster compared to this other one here for gigs. So for this for gigs, it's really good. You can also learn, and then finally down there you'll be given a project to do. So this one is really good. So if you get time, just go through this documentation here. So now we are here. So I didn't create a presentation for this because most of this is just going to be practical, so don't worry about this one here. So first thing first here, we need to work with Django. Maybe for those who are using Linux or maybe Mac OS, I think you have Python 3 installed. Yeah, okay, yeah, something else, Python. Yeah, so somebody was asking me about Python. With Python, I think it's really straightforward. So just go to python.org. Yeah, this is it here. Okay, .org. Let me just type it all. So because I have a lot. Yeah, so just come here. Come to this Python here.org and then choose the version which you want to download. So most of us, you can just check this latest Python here. It's version 3.1.2.4. This is the one I'm using. Yeah, so you can just come here and download this one here. So with Django, you must have Python installed. If you don't have Python installed, you can't use Django. Yeah, so that's what you're supposed to know. I think that's the last thing here. So Django, Flutter, MySQL. Yeah, so now let's just go straight to Django. Yeah, and I told you we have a guest, so don't worry. I said I'm going to warm up you guys, and then I'll call him out. So don't worry about that. So first thing first here, this is a peer learning session. So I want to start my project, but then I don't want to start it in the desktop. Okay, I'll start it in the desktop, but then I want to use a virtual environment. So let me first of all head over to desktop. So now I'm in my desktop here. So I don't want to create a directory first of all. I just want to create, all I just want to do here is first of all pitch up my virtual environment, and then using that virtual environment is when now I'll set up my Django project. So let me mention a name there so that somebody is going to help me with the commands I can use to set up that. So let me see. I'll start with the first name here. So Akumu. Hello Akumu. Akumu Odhiambo. Hello. Hello Akumu Odhiambo.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome. Hope you're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so now here I want to start my project here. So I want to start it in a virtual environment. So can you help me with the command that I'm supposed to use to do that?
For the virtual environment?
Yeah, so yeah.
And we're supposed to first create the project.
No. I don't want to do that. So first of all, okay, don't worry about that. Thank you. First of all, yeah, let me just say something small and then you'll continue. So with virtual environments, the reason to so we want to start up our virtual environment before the project, so that maybe now, as I was saying, maybe somebody here is using Linux or Mac OS, and you have maybe another version of Python installed, And for this case here, maybe you will require a version 3.2 and you have maybe version 3.3 installed. So we want to start up a virtual environment, then install Django now using the version we want, so that it's not going to bring up any errors. So that's why we first of all we want to start up with the virtual environment, and then now create our project itself, so that even if we have another project somewhere else, it's not going to conflict. So that's why we want to do that. So Adembo, I don't know if you're together there.
Yeah, we are together.
Okay, so now will you help me with the command? So let's say I want to name it Django. Okay, I'll name it. Okay, let's call it just Django environment. Let's just call it Django environment. So what should I start with?
When you want to create a virtual environment,
Yeah, so now I need the command. So what should I start with?
I think you'll start with pip install virtual env.
So I'll start with
Pip install virtual env.
pip install. Okay, let's say I already have it installed. I don't want to install it. Let's say I already have it installed. So don't worry about the installation of it. I already have it installed. So now I want to first of all create it. First of all, how will I be able to do that?
Again, for the command that I think we need to use, I think we need to call a name, because according to me, we will have to start the what is it called?
The project itself.
The project. Maybe we use Python and then we flag them, and then we write I think we write VNV, and then we write the project's name, and then we activate it via my env. Like, the only problem I have is how I activate my virtual environment is different with how you guys, because me, I'm using Ubuntu.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about how to activate it. Personally, already I still use Ubuntu, so I can switch to Ubuntu if you want.
Yeah, there's no problem. Use what everybody is using, which is Windows.
Yeah, that's
But
why I wanted to use Windows.
For me, during the class, when we are activating virtual environment,
Okay.
I think
Okay, just let me first of all, let me stop you there. Okay, I'm not saying we first of all want to activate it. We are not activating it. We just want to the process of now creating the virtual environment, because remember, we first of all create the environment itself, and then now we activate it.
The words that I'm using are the ones that are kind of confusing, but what I mean is what I mean is the creation, and then after the creation is when you activate.
Now
so what I was
that's what
saying
I
is
want. I need the creation. Okay. Okay, I understand you. Okay, let me just do this. You are saying you're using Ubuntu?
Yeah, I'm using Ubuntu.
Because you're using Ubuntu, let me just choose someone else. Let me switch this on. Okay, I don't know if it's going to take long. I want to everything is a skill. So even Ubuntu, knowing Ubuntu, the command you're supposed to use to start up the virtual environment in Ubuntu, it's also a skill. So in Ubuntu, I have Python 3 installed here. So while that one is still powering on, let me just use another person, and then you're going to be back. So you're going to tell us about that. So let me choose Bet. Hello, Bet Vincent. Hello, Bet. Hello. Okay, I think Bet can't hear me. Let me go with Brenda. Brenda is a very good friend of mine. So hello, Brenda. Hello, Brenda.
Hi.
Okay, hope you're okay. So welcome. So now,
Thank you.
So okay, have you just joined or you are here?
Now, I was here, but your screen stopped. I think there's a problem with my network, so I just came back again.
Okay. All I want here is just simple. All I want here now, we are starting up with Django. So the first thing here, we want us to set up our virtual environment. So now, I just need the command to do that, because it's a peer learning session. We're supposed to contribute, all of us. So Can you help me with the process with the I just need the command itself. So you can just tell me while I'm writing it. So what will I start with? The command to create the virtual environment, and then now somebody else will tell us the command to activate it. So Brenda, chip in.
Is it not something install? Pip install?
Okay, this one is installing. This one is installing. Okay, let me just go with it, but then this one is still installing. I already have it installed. Okay, let me just say pip install. Install. Okay, pip install.
I'm not sure. Can somebody else help me?
Okay, the good thing is at least you spoke, so thank you for that. So let me go with, I won't say, okay, Harry. Okay, Harry Potter.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So hope you're also good.
Okay, I'm good.
Chip in.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. From my end, I think after navigating to our working directory, then for us to create our virtual environment, we need to type Python flag m flag is it minus m, then venv, then venv, then you can now name your virtual environment, give it a name of your preference.
So
is there anything else?
No, thank you for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Okay, so while this one is okay, so the virtual environment has already been created. So this is the command you use to create the virtual environment. So thank you, Harry Potter, for that. So this is the command. So the command to create a virtual environment, you first of all call in Python, because the virtual environment in which you want to create is for Python. So now we will call Python itself and then pass it the flag m. So this one here, you had Harry Potter saying minus m. So at first he had said flag m, and then he came back again and then saying minus m. So it's just called flag m, but it depends with how you want to pronounce it, as long as it works. So it's flag m, and then now this VNV is just says it's a short form for virtual environment. So now saying Python flag m, so we want to create a virtual environment for now Django. Now this is the project name, so Django environment. So now we want to activate it. So now to activate our virtual environment, let me mention someone else here. This is a peer learning session. So Javan, let me go with Javan. So hello Javan. Hello Javan. Like, hello Javan. Okay, I guess Javan can't hear me. Let me go with the lady this time round. So Marianne. Okay, Marianne, I hope that's how the name is pronounced. Marianne, hello. Okay, I guess Marianne can't hear me too. Let me go with
Okay,
Lillian.
I can help them.
Okay, sure. Okay, let me see
You,
who's talking.
Lillian.
Okay, Lillian. Okay, thank you, Lillian. Okay.
So you want to activate?
Yeah, I want to activate the virtual environment. So, chip in.
Okay. Source. The name.
Okay, the name is Django. Let me just copy it. This is the name. Okay.
And that's the stroke of the slash, whatever. Fits. And then activate.
Okay, so before I press enter, let me ask you something. So
yes.
Let's say now in this scripts here, so if I say maybe I use a small letter s, will it have a difference?
Yes.
So, but will it still work?
If you write scripts and then you use small s, it will not work.
Okay, can you maybe tell us with why it will not work? Or everybody should just find out themselves.
Maybe you can help me there. I cannot.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lillian, for that. So first of all, let me press
Can I-
enter. So Lillian, why is it saying it's not working? Why is it saying source is not recognized as name of a CMD function?
Source and then the environment name. Source Django scripts activate. What? The command not found. Okay. What is the name of the environment name?
The name is Django environment. This is the name here. So the name is Django environment itself. So the name is just Django environment.
But I thought we are supposed to solve.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. Maybe the error is due to terminal differences because this code works on Git Bash, but now we're on Windows PowerShell.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you guys actually. So Lillian, your process is okay. So it's supposed to be source, Django environment, scripts, and then activate. But then it depends on the terminal you're using. So personally, I'm not using Git Bash. I'm just using the Windows PowerShell. So just a minute before anything. So at the moment, with the one who is using Windows PowerShell, you don't have to pass in source and then Django and then the name of the environment before to activate it. All you just have to do is just say the name of the environment itself, which in our case is called Django environment, and then pass in scripts and then activate. It's going to be activated. So if I clear my screen right now, you can see it's here. So Django environment, this is the environment we had created. So let me zoom that in. So as you can see, it's here. But then if I was using Git Bash, I'm sure source could have worked. So let me open Git Bash too. I like using Windows terminal because I think it's just pretty cool. But even if you're using Git Bash, it's still supposed to work. So let us just let us just do it here, and then I'll just deactivate it here. So let me zoom this one out. So I've zoomed in. So first of all, I'm at the desktop. So if I come here, let me deactivate it here, and then I'll activate it again. So now let me come here. So the environment is still available. So Django environment, this is it here. So let me say source, and then now let me just copy it, paste, and then say scripts, and then say activate. So now, so let me clear. So now with Git Bash here, so now it's still working. If you use source and then now the environment, and then you pass in the scripts and then activate, it's still going to work. So I like using Windows PowerShell because, as you can see with Git Bash here, the Django environment doesn't have a different color. It's just in white, and I like it being different. So that's why I'm using PowerShell. But then even if you're still using this Django Git Bash, you're still okay. So don't worry about that. Let me deactivate it because for those who attended the sessions, I'm sure you know why we are not supposed to leave it while it's still on. Oh, it's deactivate. Or maybe, yeah. So now to deactivate it, you're just supposed to pass in deactivate. So to activate, source, scripts, and then activate. But then to deactivate it, you just pass in the word deactivate, and then it's just going to be deactivated. So just that. So and then to log out, just say exit. I'm sure everybody knows about that. So let me activate this one again. So for those who are using PowerShell and you are following, the only thing you're not supposed to do here is pass in source, but then everything is still okay. So now that's that. Yeah, we have created our virtual environment. Now we have activated it and we know how to deactivate it here. Now we are inside here. So the next thing here we want to do now is now install Django itself. So I'm sure everybody knows about this, so I'm just asking this, but I'm sure everybody knows. Let me use Neon Mudhoni. Hello Neon. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, hope you're okay. Welcome.
thank you.
So now we want to install Django. So because that's a very small thing to do, so we'll just you'll help us with the command to install Django, and then the command
Yeah.
to use to start the project. So which is which? So
Okay,
start
you're
with
going to
now
start with
installation, yeah.
Python -m
So Python
space
-m.
-m pip install Django.
So pip install. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've pressed enter. So I'm sure for those who attended the live learning sessions, I'm sure you were told to use. Okay, for my end, I already have Django installed, so that's why maybe you are seeing this. Something else, you don't have even to pass Python. You can still just use pip install Django, and it's still going to be installed. So either way, it's still okay. So now help us with the second command. So now, okay, before that, just a minute. So now guys, so after installing Django, this is what I want to teach you now. On a typical day, this is what I normally do. So I usually don't like cramming things, so I also suggest nobody should cram anything here. So maybe now you have already installed Django and you are wondering, okay, so now how should I start up a project? What are the commands? So after installing Django, we can get some access to some certain keywords, some certain words that we can use to start up the project. So it's something called Django admin. So Django admin is the word we usually use to create those projects. Now if you want to know the commands access to Django admin, all you have to do is say Django admin. If you type Django admin and press enter, so you're just going to get a list of all the commands you can use with Django admin. So you can check, compile messages, all of this. So all of this we are going to use them. You can SQL migrate, SQL, all of this we are going to use them. But then for the moment what we want, Neon is going to tell us. So now you can continue. So what now we want to start a new project. So what command are we supposed to use here in this here?
We're going to use Django admin start project and then the name of the project that you want to name it.
Okay, thank you for that. So let me just copy it. So now, as you've all had, to start a Django project, all you have to do is just use Django admin, and then now the one you're going to use in this list here is this one here down, Django start project. So in case maybe you are doing this alone and then maybe you have forgotten what we did, just write Django admin and then press enter. You are going to get a list of all available subcommands that we can run with Django admin. So at the moment we want to use this subcommand called start project to start a new project. So now the command we will use here, we'll just say powerlan. Okay, I don't want to patch a long project, so let me say, okay, powerlan pld. Let me just call it this way. So just give it a minute. So it has been created. Let me clear everything. So now we want to go to that project we have created. So let me just list files and then I'm sure I'll see it here. So where is it? It's here. This is it here. So cd. So and then clear again. So now if you list files, this is what you'll see here. These are the files. So by default, every time you start a new project, a new Django project, you are going to see a manage.file file, and then now inside the directory you have created. Now maybe somebody will be like, okay, so I've created a project called powerlan pld. So but then now I've seen the directory again. So which is which? Don't worry about that. Every time you set up a new a Django project, this is what it will come. The name that you pass in at the project is the name that will still come inside here. So now, okay, there's a command called tree that you can use. So for those who are using Linux, they're the one that they can use this command mostly. With Windows here, I already tried it, but then it's not giving me the full contents that I want. So with this command called tree, you can use it, and then you'll see the list of all these subdirectories here that are available every time you start up a new Django project. So by then, this time here you can't use it. I already tried it using Windows. It just gives me this. Even if I go inside this powerland pld, I won't still get something. So it will tell that there are no subdirectories, so I don't know why. But then for those who are using Ubuntu, they can tell us. So as you can see, they're saying no subfolders exist. It's not supposed to be like that, but we are using Windows, so that's what we'll do. So now we are inside here. So by default, every time you create a new Django project, this is what you'll get. So let me open VS Code. So just give it a minute, a second or a minute. Yeah, so it's loading. So, but don't forget, guys, for those who attended the last session we had, I tell you, every time now, once you're doing this alone, while you're practicing just alone, when you're free, make sure you first of all create a repo. Create that repo, clone it here, and then now create this project inside that repo so that you'll be able to push it to GitHub easily. If you don't do that, joke's on you. You're the one who's going to lose a lot, because maybe you'll want to set up your account, your machine for Windows 11, and everything is going to be deleted. So you just have done zero work, because nobody is going to know what you coded, and these are really important for your portfolio. So now let me do this, and then let me zoom in a bit so that everybody can see this. So to zoom in, you just control and then plus, control and then plus. So the more you want, and then to zoom out, control minus. As easy as that. So now, guys, this is it. So now, after creating, so what we've just done is just creating a new project. We have done nothing else. So now by default, these are the files that come with it. So if you start a new project, Django automatically creates these files for you here. So there's an init.py file. So this one is empty. So in case maybe you open it and find it empty and you say maybe something is wrong, no, this one is empty. So all this init.python file does is just tell our VS Code or maybe our laptop that this file here is a Python module. So you can learn all about Python modules in the documentation, on Python's documentation. Won't touch on anything on that. So now there is a folder called settings.py. So all of these are usually just pre-generated. So for those who join the session with the mentors, I'm sure you know all about this. So you know what these files do. So the only thing here I'm going to touch on is this security key. So most of the times, that's why I didn't first of all create this repo. I didn't create a repo and then do this inside this repo because of this secret key here. So most of the time, if you want to do this using your repo, make sure you find a way that you'll hide this secret key. This secret key should not be in your repository because the repository is usually a private one. So unless you make your repository to be private, make sure you don't push this key here, because in case you push this and somebody gets access to it and he knows what you are working on, then your site is really going to be unsafe for usage. So please make sure you don't push this secret key. It's called a secret key for a reason. So it's always available on your settings.py file. Yeah. There's also another file called urls.py. So this urls.py, they usually help us to navigate into different apps in this now main project. So okay, there's something else I want to touch on. So with Django, you're supposed to know the difference between a project and an app. So this one here is a project itself, and then inside this project we can have multiple apps. So now, for example, now for the mentors who are creating an e-commerce platform. Yeah, so inside that that e-commerce itself was an app, and then it was inside the project that they created. So inside this project now you can create as many apps as you want. So maybe you are working on a portfolio project about maybe a book management system or a library management system. So in a library, maybe people are supposed to sign up, so those are users. So users are supposed to sign up, sign in, and then log in. So you can create an app for that. You can also create an app maybe for users who maybe want now to take the notes or to take the books, things like that. So now to navigate to the various apps, now this urls.py is the ones that helps us to do that. But then now this urls.py, the only thing it does, it is going to be useful for when now we have created the app itself. So when after creating the app, you just usually map the URL from that app to this one here, so that now it can be available. So but then don't worry about that, we'll see that in a minute. So now the only thing here you can see, so by default right now we only have one URL here that points to the admin. So another good thing with Django comes pre-installed with an admin page. So but right now you can't get access to the admin page unless you do some migration here and set up an account, a password. So right now, even if we run our server, we won't be able to see that. About this one here, so this one is just saying it exported the module variable named application. Okay, I want to explain a lot about this one because I've not used it so a lot. So if you go to the Python documentation or Django documentation, I'm sure you'll get a better explanation than what I can give for this one here. Now we come to the beast, the manage.py file. So this manage.py file is like, I can say the engine. We can say it's an engine, because this one is what is going to enable us to start our server. So every time you want to start a new application, I usually like telling people, make sure you start the application using manage.py file. So I've never known if you can start an application without manage.py file, but even if it's possible, don't do that. Make sure you use manage.py file to start up that. So now let us first of all run this. So okay, it was here. Okay, I don't know if, okay, let us just continue. Well, maybe you'll tell us the command we can use to set up this virtual environment later on. So now let us just, now what we want to do here is start our development server. So we want to see, so by default, after now setting up a project, what does Django now brings us to? So for those, because Django is a framework, okay, I won't touch on any other project. So what I'll do, I'll say Django admin again and then press enter. So let me, so now what the command we want to use right now, the subcommand we want to use right now is the subcommand. Okay, I won't tell the name. Let me just see, let me see who will help us with that. So Nancy has not said anything. Hello Nancy. Hello Nancy. Okay, I'll just say maybe it's the internet connection. Let me just say someone else. Need a guy. Oluwatomi. Hey, Oluwatomi. Hello. Hello Oluwatomi. Hello. Hello. Hope you're okay. So welcome. So
Yes.
so now we just need, you need you to help us now. We want to start our we want to start up our Django project so that we can see what Django has for us. So every time you start a new Django project, we just want to know what Django brings for us. So what command should we use here? What command do we use here so that we can be able to do that?
Django admin run server.
So I should use Django admin run server.
And the, Django admin manage.py run server.
Okay, so okay, let me use that. I think it's going to work. I'm not sure. I'm not saying you're right or you're not wrong. You are wrong.
Then plus the port number
So manage.py and then run server. Let me just copy it.
and the port number.
Okay, so help us with the port. So which port should I put here?
8,000.
Okay, 8,000. I usually have another thing running there, but then okay. So now it's saying no Django no Django settings specified. So no Django settings specified, a non-command manage.py. So type Django admin help for usage. So what do you think is wrong here?
I'm not sure, but the command I'm familiar with is using Python, then manage.py, then run server.
Okay,
Plus the port
why
number.
didn't you give me that? Why didn't you give me that command?
I thought we were just going. It was going to work. I thought it was going to be the same thing.
No. Trust yourself. Trust yourself more than you trust me. So Python manage.py run server. So if I use Python, am I supposed to also pass the port?
If you don't pass the port, it will give you a default port number, but you can also pass another port number.
Yeah, just if you want, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so don't forget about that in caps if you want. So it's not compulsory to pass as a port number. So by default, if you run this command without this port here, you're still going to get the development server is still going to run, but then it's just going to run on a default port. So thank you for that. So I won't run it because this is just a beginner class. I'll just run it without the port number. But then if you want, when you are free, when you're just alone practicing, you can just test it out with this development with this port, and then maybe you'll tell us in the group how that is. So let me delete this one here. So let me press enter. So just give it a minute or some seconds. Yeah, so it depends their machines. Yeah, so this is it here. So it's saying so system check identified, no issues, 0 silenced. So you have 18 and applied migrations. But don't worry about the migrations. So at the moment it's saying so starting development server at http localhost port 8000. So by default it's still at port 8000. So let me just, you can control plus and then go there, but then I'll just do that and then come to my browser and then just control V and then press enter. So now, so just give it a minute. Yeah, so now so every time you get a new Django project, so this is the first thing you'll ever see, ever, and I mean ever. This is the only thing you'll ever see, no matter when. So in case you're from the future and you get something different, just know during our time this is what we were getting. So now, well, so let me just redo this a bit. Yeah, so I hope everybody can see this. So now we want to start a new app. So we want to start a new app here. So the app here, okay, so all it's just saying is that Python virtual environment was successfully activated, even though Django environment indicator may not be present here at this at this terminal here, is still present. Wow. So now here we want to start a new app. So to start a new app, somebody will help us with the command to do that. So now let's see. So let me see who has not said anything. Bet I think I said something. Mariel, hope that's how the name is pronounced. Hello Mariel. Hello Mariel. Okay, I'll assume it's just the internet issues because of time. So now what we'll do here, let me just call, okay, net, yeah, let me just go with net. Hello net. Okay, net is not saying anything. Let me just call out a person I know, Brenda. Hey Brenda, it's you again. So can you help me with the command I'm supposed to use so that I can be able to create a new app? So Brenda, I'm waiting for you. But Brenda is not here. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Brenda is still here. Yeah, Brenda. So help us with that. Am I muted or something? Let me see. No, I'm not muted actually. So okay. Anyone can just chip in then. So anyone who Javan. Hello Javan. Javan, help us with that. Help us with the command I can use to start up a new app here.
So, yes, hi.
Hello, hope you're okay. So
Yes, I'm
help
good.
us.
So to start a new app, you just run Python of manage.py start app.
So Python and then manage.py. So
Start
just
app,
wait a minute,
and then you give
manage.py. So start up like that, and then give it the
and then you
name.
give it.
we
Yeah.
can say what, let's call it blog. You can just call it blog. So let me press enter. Okay, so it has given us this here project, but then I want you to confirm something here. So why is it that this file that has been created here, okay, it's here up, okay, it's here. So yeah, so it has its own migrations, it has its own apps, models, init.py. Okay, you can use this command here, but then I think the thing here, I thought it was not going to work because you had I had not put the flag game, so I don't know why it has worked. So I think I don't know why it has worked. Let me see. So it has everything. It has its own init. It has its own init.p file. It has its admin file, apps, models. Yeah, but then it doesn't have some few things. So let me just delete this one here. Okay, it's still the same thing here we are going to do, just that the only thing here, let me just put a flag game. So now it's saying manage.p file, so it's already saying something else is there. So okay, let me do this. So manage.py file, startup. I don't know, Django. So now this is the command I want to use. Let's see, yeah. Okay, don't know how let me just go with it then. I wanted it to be somewhere down here, but then okay, I guess it's still okay there. So now here we'll just create what we want. So because I can't see view, okay, or maybe these views are from here. No, these views are from the other one. Yeah, they're from here. So these are the views. So this is where now Ctrl J. Okay, thank you for that. Let me see. I think that was net. That was net. So thank you, net, for that. So now we've created a new app called blog. So the new app called blog here. Now let us go through what. So after creating a new app, it still comes with some other things still. So now this new app called blog here, it has come with a new file called views. So now views are what the users will see, like maybe a home page or maybe a sign up page. Those are what users will see. So views are what a user will see. So so tests are just a file where now you can write your test cases for what you want to do. Sorry about that. So now so let's first of all here start with creating a new view. So the only view we are going to create here. So now we are going to create something like we're just going to create a hello, and then I'll call the other person to join us. Wow. So now here, let's call it. So we'll need something here. So from Django.http import http response. Yeah. So now def home. So this is the first. So for those who joined us for the Python session, we learned about functions. Now this is why we learned about Python, because for something like a Django, for a framework like Django, we'll basically be using functions to render what we want. And we'll also be using templates, but then because this is just the beginning, we just use here first of all just use it here in an inline thing here, but then next time we'll use it in a template. We'll create the templates and render them from here. So now we first create a function called home and then pass it request. So now it's going to return this after user has requested for it. So I think that's how, yeah, this is what I just want here. So now every time here we go to the home, we'll only want to see hello world. So now we have created this in the views. So don't forget, now in the new app that we've created, now in the views, so this is what we've created here. So we've just created a new function that is going to return hello world. So now after creating that function, what else? So now after creating this function here, we're supposed to also now create something else called a URLs, so that now what will a user use to get access to this? That's what now you can just think of URLs as that. So URLs are what the user will use to get access to this home here, to this home page that we've created. So so by default, once you create the new file, it usually comes, but right now here it's not here. So in this app that we've created, it doesn't come with the file itself, with the URLs. So you just have to create it manually. So some people will create it using the terminal, some people will create it just using this button here. Personally, I just use this button here. So if I was using Ubuntu, for the one who is using Ubuntu finds this one a lot easier. Windows is still okay. So python.py and then just press enter. So now to show you that this is just still the same thing, what I'll do, I just come here to the project that we have created, come this urls.py, and then just come and copy this here. And then just come and copy this. No, I don't want this Django contribute. The only one I want here is this one here, this first line, the second line. I'll control C and then come here, control V, enter. Also go back there, and then I'll just copy this URL patterns. So this URL patterns is the pattern that the user will put there so that he can reach to this new app that we've created. So to get to see the home page. So now let me just copy it. Yeah, just copy it and then come here, press enter and then paste it here. So now and then from the current directory, import views. Wow. So now we don't want Django, we don't want this, we just want it to be empty for the moment. And then let me remove this too, and then yeah, so basically homepage, let me just call it this one homepage. So I'm sure for those who joined the session with the mentors, I'm sure you know why I'm naming this not just home, just homepage. So for those who maybe didn't get time to join, so I'm calling this homepage because, as I've told you, a project can contain many apps. So maybe now we'll create another app now that will also have another homepage. we'll also have another homepage. So now, so that now will not maybe, so that those files will not collide and then bring an error to our project, so that we usually told to use a descriptive name. So it's not compulsory, you can just call it home area. It depends with how you want to name it, but make sure you name it in such a way that it won't bring, it's not going to collide with the other names, with the other apps that you are going to create and then get an error because of that. So now we'll come here. So I've called it that, and then now after doing that, you're supposed now to call it in this main URL. So now we have two URL files here. So this URL that we've been writing is the URL for this app that we have created. And then now this other URL here is the URL for the entire now project itself. So by default right now, if we come to here, so we still have no error. So make sure every time you are doing your thing there, so after you are done, make sure you come to this server that's running here, this development server that is running here. So in case of an error, it's just going to tell you there's an error somewhere else. And then if you come to this, if you come here, you're going to see that it's not working. So okay, now I think I've talked a lot now. So to nest it here in the main URL, so let me just go here, and then now, okay, it's not here, yeah, this one here. So now, so we need to add two things here. So first of all, we need to add the path, and then we need to add something else on the import. Or from Django, you need to add another import statement. So now, so let me just see who will help us with that. So let me see. I was not said anything. Preston Mwachala. Let me just call you Mwachala. This second name of yours. So hello Mwachala.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello brother. Okay. So
yeah, actually, before that, I had raised my hand before. I had wanted you to go back to the home function, but you hadn't seen my hand. I had raised
okay.
it.
I'm really sorry. Let me just go back there. So from views here.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you just the short summary until where you are? That would really help.
Okay, so a summary from here and then to where now we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
So okay, let me just do this in the simplest way ever. So now I'll assume all of us here right now. I've already now started the project itself. So now we've started a project called Powerland PLD. So now press enter. So after pressing enter, so let me just minimize this. So after pressing enter, this is what we get by default. So we get these files here. So now these files here, these are, as I've told you, these are just the files from the main project. So they're going to help us so that now from the apps in which we're going to create, they can be served to a user. So by default, if you just create a new project and then not add an app, then you're not going to see you'll just be wasting your time. Because in order for you to get something new, you must add an app and then render it to this now main project, so that you'll be able to see what you'll be able to create something that a user will be able to use. So now we have done that. So now we want to create a new app. So that's where Net helped us with. So to create a new app, all you have to do, make sure every time you want to create a new app, you can just use this terminal here, the terminal for VS Code. So to create a new app, all you have to do is just pass in Python. So just use Python and then pass in manage.py, and then now use this subcommand called start app, and then you give the file name, the app name that you want. So in our case, we have called it blog. So after pressing enter, so this is what you've got. We've got blog with all these files here together. With these files here. So now here, so after creating now this new app, by default you won't see any other change. You won't see any other change still here in this development server here, or even if you come to your browser here, you won't see anything different, because all you've just done is just add a new app, but then you have not told Django what to do with the app itself. So now, in order for us to stop seeing this window, we are now supposed to start adding our views. So views are what the user will see. Let me just drink water, just a minute. Yeah, so so in order for you now to see something different, apart from this now default page that usually comes with Django after installing it, now you're supposed to add in views. So views are what a user will see when he or she comes in to your page. So now with Django, in order for you to serve now those views, now we use functions. So now the first function in which we want to do, we can use this function here. We are saying this function will help us to, will be used for the home page. So to do that, we just define a function. So as I was saying, for those who so for those who joined our Python session, I'm sure you know about how to create a function, to declare a function, and how to to use it. So the only difference here that this time around this function is taking a request. It's taking a request. So this request, in simple terms, you can just say it's going to be useful for when a user now wants to see something. So every time a user requests for something, this is going to be returned. I think this is the best way you can just explain this. And then now we are returning an HTTP response because now about the HTTP response, I'm just going to pitch it up, but then in order for you to understand what it does fully, make sure you read about it because it has a lot, and I mean a lot. You get things like post, get, things like delete. I think this there delete. Okay, I'm not sure about delete. Yeah, but then about HTTP response, make sure you read about that because it has a lot, and I mean a lot. So now this function is going to return a HTTP response after a user has requested for something. So now in our case, if you now request for home, so what we are going to get is a hello world. We're just going to get a hello world. So every time a user requests for the home page, he or she is going to get this hello world. So this is just an example. But then now once we start developing this fully, we're going to put up maybe now a login page here, or maybe a landing page, so that every time now a user comes to our page, by default is going to get a landing page. Also, you can set up your project in such a way this one will be the default landing page, so that every time a user now comes to this project of yours, comes to your website, he or she, instead of seeing this Django welcome page here, he or she will be seeing hello world. So up to there, are you together? Are we together there?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, now we have already now set up our view. So now after setting up the view, you can see nothing is still changing here. So even if now we try to go to, let's say we try to go to to home, let me just say home, we can see it's still saying HTTP method get. So this one is another method called get. So now it is trying to get home, the home view, but then it's saying the current path home didn't match any of this because we have not matched we have not patched this URL of us, this function here, we have not patched it to the main URL, so that every time a user now wants to get into the home page, he or she will be able. So now to be able to do that, that's where now these URLs come in handy. So first thing first, we have created the URL we can use to get into our page. So now this is this is it. Now we want to nest. Okay, you can just call it nest, but then don't use that in an interview. So we want to nest this, or we want to call this one here, we want to put this one here in this main URL path, so that because this main URL is what we see here, is what you'll see every time you come here. So now we want to put that URL here, so that once we type into this main project a certain URL, Django will be able to serve that thing to the user. So that's where now I wanted you to help me with. this last thing here. Because here, in order for us to finish that last thing, there are two things we are supposed to do here. You're supposed to include something here. Okay, I've told you the answer, but then you still have to tell me where I'm supposed to include it. So you're supposed to include something here, and then in the URL pattern here, we're also supposed to add another URL pattern. So now, brother, so what am I supposed to add?
The path to the line that you wanted to display.
So how should I add that? Now help me. Tell me while I type. So what should I start with?
Path.
Okay,
Then
path. And then brackets.
yeah. Then the head of the line that you want.
Okay. You're lucky because of Copilot here. But then still this one is wrong. Copilot usually helps, but then this one is wrong. So what do you think Copilot is missing here? Because this one is wrong here. So what do you think Copilot is missing here? Let me first of all help you with the other thing you're supposed to add. First of all, in line 18 from Django.url, you're supposed to import a path and then include too. We're supposed to include path and include. So we are using include so that now okay, let me first of all send the link to the other partner. So while you're still helping me with this, so while I'm doing that, help me with what is wrong at line number 22.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted some inquiry. How did you use AI in the VS Code?
Okay. In order for you to activate you're supposed just to download this Copilot here. There's something called Copilot. It's an AI for GitHub. So you just install it and then it's going to be activated usually here. So okay, sometimes it usually requires somebody to pay, but because I usually use GitHub a lot, I have a student developer pack for GitHub. So I applied that with GitHub and then I was able to get it. So I usually use this one for free. So if you have a GitHub account, I think you can still apply that and you'll be able to use this one for free too. So it's just called Copilot. I think if you search for it in your VS Code extensions, you'll see something about that. So it's called Copilot. But Copilot is usually right, but then most of the times it's usually wrong. So you're just supposed to know what you are doing. It usually helps, but make sure you know what you are doing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's okay, brother. So the person who was helping me, so still at line number 22. So help me with what is wrong there.
We use the include to the.
Yeah, so just a minute and then you'll tell me how to type it. Just a minute. Okay, so okay, I've already sent the link to my co-host. So it's okay. So I've already done that. So now, so let me delete this. So yeah, let me just delete it all. So now I start from here. So now it was already Copilot has done its thing again. Okay, so now so I think it was Net, you're the one who was talking, right? Was it Net really? I'm not sure if it was. Let me confirm. It was Princeton. Okay, so now let me go back here. Where is it? let me go back here. So now I'm here. So now let me first of all start my, it's still I don't have an error. So if as you can see, I'm still here. So it's saying I don't have an error. So now I come here. So now what do you think I'm supposed to search here? Because Copilot has helped you with that. So now I want you to help me with how now I'll be able to reach the file itself. So what do you think I'm supposed to add here so that now I'll be able to see my hello world?
The path to the URL.
So let me show you that URL and then you'll tell me. So it's here. So this is the URL here. So what am I supposed to add here? So tell me, let me first of all refresh this. So so what am I supposed to add here? So still waiting for you. First of all, where is it? This is the main URL and then this is the other URL. So this URL is called home. Wow. Let me refresh.
It's the slash home then slash.
So you're saying slash home like that. So if I press enter, I'm going to see hello world.
Then slash again.
Okay. So it's saying Django tried the patterns in order, but then you're seeing this error because it's not still available here. Let me first of all go back. Yeah, so sorry. So it's here. So still nothing. I'm still getting nothing here. So as you see, Nyamsa said just a minute. So let me first of all just do this. So what do you think I'm supposed to add? Something is amiss here. So let me call someone else while you're still thinking about that because of time. So let me call this, I think Matron is. Hello Matron. Hello. Hello Matron. Okay, I think it's the internet connection. So let me just call again my good friend. Where's Brenda? Brenda is not here. Okay, let me just call Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter, it's you again.
Hello. Matron is here.
Okay, Matron is here. Okay, so welcome Matron. Hope you're okay.
Yes.
So now, okay. So first of all, let me chip you in with where you are. So we have created a new a view called home, and then we have created its URL. So it's here, and then we have netted that URL in this main URL in the Powerland project now. So now the problem is every time now we come here, we come to our page here, we can't see it. So what do you think is wrong here? Because there's something wrong here. Let me show you where. Between this one here and this one here, there's something. Okay, not this one. The views is okay. So between these two here, so something is wrong here. So what do you think is wrong? So this is now the main URL. So maybe you can look at the main URL. Is this one okay?
Let me see.
Somebody say something. Okay, I think somebody said something.
I think for the URL in the main project.
So in the main project, this one, okay, in this one here, this main project here.
Yes.
So what do you think is wrong here?
Just add in the empty space. Yes,
okay.
Just add blog and
so
just add blog.
So with the capital or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So now
then add the stroke. Yeah.
So now it's okay.
It should be okay.
So
it should give you the path.
Okay, so should I delete this one or I should just leave it?
You can delete that.
Okay, let me delete this one too. Okay, now let me go here. Let me refresh. So now you can see, so at the moment now we have two things here. So we have the admin URL and then now the blog URL. So I want all of us to get this concept very well. So that's why we are going really slow. So now, in order for you to get another main URL in this now blog page here, in this main project, you're supposed to add the main URL from here. So this one here, this one here. So previously we were seeing empty because we had not put this URL path of blog, but then now we have placed it. So now that's why we can see admin and blog. So because there are two here, so two, and still here, if you go in this main URL, you can see there are two. So in case we add another one, they are going to be three. So don't forget about that. We are learning here step by step. So now we now want to get access to now. So let's say, oh sorry. So now let's say we want to go to, okay, no, I won't type. So now, okay, since you are the one who has told us that, so finish up. Now we want to get access to our hello world. So what should I do here? What should I type here so that I'll be able to get that?
Just type, or after the nini,
After the
after the
8,000,
8,000,
8,000. So next,
you just type the blog. You
so I
can
should just
copy
say
paste it
blog
there.
and then press
You can
enter.
just say
So as you
blog.
can see,
Yeah.
so this is it. So help. Is anybody maybe stuck somewhere here? So, or maybe there's somewhere you have not gotten well. So just feel free. This is a peer learning session. We can repeat this as many times as you want.
Okay, okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't see a place where you added the app. Our app, that is the app name.
The
I
app
think
name. Okay. This one here.
our app. Yes, the settings. Yes, this app name, the blog.url. I think is it blog
Yeah,
to
it's
the
blog.
main set to the settings.
We have not added any settings here.
Okay,
The
I thought it should be added to the all the included apps in the settings.
Okay, this is what we've done here. Okay, I know what you're saying, but then we have not done that. We have done. This is just the beginning. So what we want to do here is we want everybody to understand the basics very well, so that once now we start using the databases, once we start migrating, nobody is going to be lost. So we want to know how. We want everybody to understand how to set up the URLs. We want everybody to understand how to set up a new view and add it. So this is what we want everybody to understand. So up to here, first of all, without the settings, without anything, are you okay up to here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to hear. So now everybody is okay up to there. So let's say, let me see if Nyams is already here. So let me see if he's already here. Maybe he's already here and I don't know. So let me see. Pistol, Kevin. Okay, he's already here. So hello, brother Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Hello. Okay. Okay, can't hear you. I can. Can you just talk? Okay, say something. Say something so that I'll confirm the sound because I know your voice. Okay, I don't know why he's not talking. It seems my mic has a problem. Okay, I don't know how it will work and your mic has a problem. Okay, so I don't know how you're going to do this if in case we have a problem. So can you maybe try fixing it? Because I don't know how you're going to do this without talking, because I'm sure everybody wants to hear. Let me join with the phone. Okay, how will you join with, okay, maybe join with the phone, but then still be connected to your PC because you need to share your screen. So while he's still doing that, let us add a new other view. Okay, so he's doing that in a minute. So at the moment we only have one. So now we still have a problem here, but then I'll tell you why we have a problem here. I'm not going to chip it out. So let's add a new view here. So let's add another view called, let's call it something like, So let's just call it something like, okay, no, let's say def about. So still it's taking a request, and then it's returning a HTTP response about page. Let me just give it a h1 so that it is going to be a little bit bigger. So I think we still have, so now so if you come here, I've checked everything is okay. So now let me come here. So about, oh no, sorry, I'm not typing anything. So let me see who's going to help us with what we'll do with that. So who has not said anything for a while now? So Meryl, okay, Meryl says something. I've seen something in the chat. You're saying my idea is glitchy too. Okay, I think maybe she has a problem with the audio. Okay, even if you still have a problem with the audio, just type something there. Type in the chat how we'll be able to access now our new about. Because even if I refresh this right now, so let me refresh this. So you can see I've refreshed it, but still we're still seeing hello world. Okay, let me change it. Maybe about, yeah. So I need to get I need to see now about page. So now let me see what you're typing. So Mariel, we are waiting for you. So while you're typing, let me hear someone else. So let me see who has not said something for a while. Yeah, Lillian, why are you so quiet? So Lillian, hey Lillian.
Yes.
Okay, hello. So now, so we are here
Yes.
again now. So now we need to get access. Now we want to see this about page, because we have created a new method, a new function with an about called about. So this is a new
Yeah.
view called about. So now we need to get access to this new view here. So how will I be able to get access to this? So because right now, if I just refresh, or if I go back here and still go to blog, the only thing I'm seeing is hello world. But then now I want to see about page. So how will I be able to get that?
I can't help.
Yes?
I can't help. I don't know for
No,
sure.
just say anything. I believe in you. Just say anything. Just say anything. What's the first thing? What is the first thing you're thinking about right now?
You
Just
said
say that one.
you return the response.
Uh-huh. I've already returned. Okay, it's here. Return HTTP response about page. So,
Yeah.
so say something. Say something. I believe in you, Lilian.
For sure, I'm still stuck.
Okay. Let me help you out there. But then I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So in case maybe I add about here, do you think it's going to bring me now the contents of about? In the URL here, if I say about like this and then say like that, do you think I'll get the contents for about?
About.
Or I need to come here, or do you think I need to come to this URL here and add another part for the about page? So which is which?
I think you need to come here and then you add a part here.
So like that. So do you think this one
Yeah,
is okay?
something like that.
Okay, so now if I run it, so okay, before I run it there, so do you think I'm still supposed to net this new about in this main URL here?
No, but
No.
no.
Say
Someone
something.
to help me.
No. You had actually said the right answer. So no, just finish up with what you had said. You're actually right. It's no. But
Even
then
I'm still stuck in this.
okay, it's right. We are
Uh,
not supposed to nest it here again. So I'll tell you why.
uh,
Because both of the URLs are part of the blog app. So because we have
oh,
already nested the blog URLs, we are not supposed to nest it all over again. So now that's okay. So now that's handled.
okay.
So now we are here. So now let me refresh this one. So now if so now do you think if I okay, you had already said,
You can.
let me say
You
about.
add about.
So about, and then I press enter. So it's
Yeah.
still saying, the current path blog about didn't match any of these files. So what do you think is wrong there? Okay, Lillian, here it is. What do you think I've done here? Look at the URL here. Can you see this URL properly? Maybe should
Yes,
I?
I can see it.
Okay, the only thing
Yeah.
I've done is just change the capital A to a small a.
Yes, I've seen you changing.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. So in case I want to add a new URL again, a new view again, all I'll just do here, I'll come here again to the view, and then
Yes.
maybe now say, so this one is not really hard. Is Nyams already here? I don't want to keep him waiting. Let me just confirm. Okay, he's not here yet. Okay, let us just continue. So now let's add, we are just going to add the last view, and then now we'll now jump into templating. If he's not here yet, we'll just jump into templating, and then he'll find, or yeah, I think he's not here yet. So let us just do that. So now let me see who's going to help us with that. So thank you, Lillian, for that. Now, okay, he's already here, Kevin. So Kevin, are you now okay? Kevin, still can't hear you. Let me look at the chats. Yeah, still can't hear you, so I don't know what's up. Okay, once you're just okay, just start talking, because this is your time. Yeah, I can see your mic. Your mic is like it's moving, but then I can't hear what you're saying. Yeah, I can see it's moving. Yeah, I don't know what's up, but yeah. So maybe just fix it. Once you're ready, just start talking, because I can't hear you right now. In case somebody else is hearing him, just let me know. Maybe sometimes also my internet is usually bad. So now let us just add a last page, and then we'll finish up, and then I think Kevin will be okay by then. So by that, let me see who's going to help us with that. Neon. Okay, I think Neon has said something. I need someone who has not said anything. Let me see, who is it. Miriam has said something. Lillian has said something too. Harry Potter said something. Princeton has said something. Neon. Net. Okay, I think I've not heard anything about Net. Hello, Net. Okay, hello, Net. Hello. Hello, Net. Okay, because of it, I think I'll just say it's the internet connection, because I know sometimes the internet is really bad. So Kevin, we still can't hear you. So in case you're talking, I think there's something wrong with your mic. So maybe try using your phone. So let me go with Neon. Yeah, so Neon, you're the one who's going to help us with this one here. So are you okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Now I want you to help us. Now we want to create a new view called, let's call it something like, because we already have an home about, let's call it contact. Yeah, so yeah, let's call it sign up. Let's just call it sign up page. Let's call sign up page. So it's going to request. So now you're the one who's going to help us with how we are going to map all of this. So request. So and then it's going to return. Going to return HTTP response, and then send a page. So now Neon, so how are we supposed to now, how are we going to be able to get access to this now send a page here? So
We're
now
going
help
to
us
go
with
to
that.
the urls.py and add another link.
Okay, which url.py? The main URL
We
or
can
the blog?
use the one for the power LAN. You can use that one.
This one here, this one for the power line, this one.
Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, okay, believe in yourself more than you believe in me.
Okay.
So which one here, which one I should add it where? Believe in yourself.
Okay, I'm going to use the power LAN then.
Okay, so how am I supposed to add it?
We're going to go just and press the enter and then write path.
Okay, path. I should just have.
And then you can just press the tab key to finish.
Okay. You're like that. Okay. Next time we have a session, I'll make sure to turn off Copilot. So next time I'll be able to. I'll make sure I do that. So first of all, let me see. So it's saying it has an error. So if every time, as I told you, every time you add a new change or something different, make sure you come and check this one here. So at the moment you can see I'm getting an error. So it's saying I have an error. So what do you think the error is? So because I know after finding this error, even if I go to my page here, if I come here and refresh this, I'm supposed to get an error. So you can see, so I get an error. So even if okay, it's not a lot, but it's an error. So what do you think? Why do you think I'm getting this error? Let me refresh this one last time. It's just a small thing. It's just a very small thing. So you can see this error. It's saying the site can't be reached. So why do you think I'm getting this? So Neon, you're the one who will debug this one for us. So what do you think I'm
I
supposed to
actually don't know. I'm actually thinking.
Mm-hmm. So in case maybe you feel like you're stuck, or maybe you can just point out anyone from those who are present. Just mention a name. Just look for a
Let me
name,
check.
for a familiar name, and then mention him or her.
Okay, let me check because I'm using my phone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just look. And guys, if you are mentioned, please go through.
Maybe Oluwatomi.
Okay, Oluwatomi. So the ball is on your hand. So now help us. So how are we supposed to debug this? And I have your number, Oluwatomi. So say something or I'll text you today. So say something here. So help us debug this. We don't want this error here. So what are we supposed to change here?
Okay. Can you go to the urls.py in
So
the app?
first of all, this one is the urls.py powerland pld. Should I remove this one, or I should just leave it there?
Can you remove it first?
Okay, let me remove it. So okay, I've removed it. So now I should come to the urls.py blog.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Then add another path.
Okay, so path. Okay, it has already been added. Okay, so now I should just go to the browser and check if it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, let me check here. So as you can see, I've already checked here. It's saying URL. So it's saying system identified one issue, but then 0 has been silenced. So let me go here. Let me refresh this and see if I'll get an error. So I'm still getting an error, but then okay, let me go to about blog. So enter. So first, so I'm still getting an error. So every time you get this error here, so you can see there's still one error here. So URLs pattern protocol function Django resolve valid, and show your pattern is a list path, or okay. So now there's still an error. So what do you think I'm still supposed to
Can you,
change here?
can you go to the views?
So okay, yeah,
Views.py.
okay, it's here. Let me
Okay.
give this space. Okay, it's here.
Then can you go back to the urls.py for the blog?
Okay, it's here.
Mhm.
Oh, let me do this. Let me make your work easier. Let me just say, let me make this one to be, let me just call it sign up, not sign up page. Let me just call it sign up. So now I've changed the name from sign up page to just sign up. So now let me also cut this one out at the moment, so that I'll make this one to be easier. So now if I come here to my terminal, first of all, right now it's saying everything is okay. So now you can now head over. So now we need to add a new URL. So now help us. So now what are we supposed to do here?
Create a new path.
Okay, so path. and then it's just
Then
so is this one okay?
no, that views dot sign up
It's
page. Can you move the page since
sub,
it's just sign up?
so so let me call this one also sign up, just sign up. But
Okay.
then this one doesn't have an effect, so don't worry. So sign up. So now sign up, sign up. Okay, I think
Can you check
the reload
if
server.
everything?
Okay, let me check it.
Yeah.
So it's saying, so it's reloading. So as at the moment it's saying I don't have any error. So let me go here. So now I can see the sign up, the about page. So now let me see sign up. Let me type sign up and then press enter. So now it's still saying sign up. It's still saying an error. So or let me see the name that it has been. So it's sign up. Okay, sign up. So blog about sign up. So yeah. So now, so finish up with the last thing. So now we want to get access to the sign up page. What will I type here so that I'll be able to get access there? So let me first of all take you back to it's here. So now this is it. So by default we have two apps here. So the admin and then the blog. So now we want to go to the sign up page. So what should I type here in the URL?
Okay. After the 8,000
Mm-hmm.
slash blog,
Mm-hmm. Blog, and
then slash sign up.
so slash
Sorry.
sign up like that. So should I press enter?
Yeah. Yes.
So now that's okay. It's easy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really easy. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So is Nyams already here? Okay, okay. Kevin, I can see you're already here. So will you be able to talk or? Okay, let me look at the chats. So my mic phone seems also it's not working. What might be the problem? Okay, I don't know what might be the problem there. Mm-hmm. Maybe next time we will use a different session. I won't use Google Meet next time. Maybe I'll look for something else for next time so that we'll be able to talk even if your mic has a problem. Because if you can't talk, I don't think we'll be able to continue because we need to hear your voice for this for what you're supposed to present. So, so I don't know how we should do this and time is really going fast. So okay, Kevin, let me do this. I'll text you. I'll message you. I'll message you after this, and then we'll plan on what you're supposed to present today. We'll just schedule a session, and then tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll finish up on this. Today, so guys, in case you know Kevin is a very good friend of mine, and he is very good in Django. So I wanted him to share some insights on Django for beginners, so that everybody can see how it is easier. But then I don't think so. I think he has a problem because I can see his mic is moving, but then I can't hear anything. So it means that the mic has a problem. So because I'm sharing my screen, I think you can see that the mic is moving, but then I can't hear what he's talking. So Kevin, I think tomorrow you'll just have to go and make sure your mic is fixed, because without the mic we can't be able to do this, because we need to hear your voice. I'm going to message you, and then we'll plan this together, so don't worry about that. So guys, so now we have done up to there. So we have added our views, and then now so now I wanted us to finish with templating, and then Kevin to continue with the next thing. But then now Kevin is not able to join the session because I wanted Kevin to share some insights on user authentication, how to configure a database and use it, how to migrate, things like that. But then now he can't be able to do that because, as you all see, his mic is not working. So what I'll do here, the last thing here I'll do, we won't add another view because I'm sure now everybody knows about this. So now let's say now let me just mention this last thing here. So let's say maybe now we have created a new app called now say users. So like I've told you before, so now a Django project can have as many apps as you want. So every time you create a new app, you must come here and nest the URL for the app here. so that now it can be able, so people can be able to access it from the main page. So don't forget about that. So now, in case maybe you add a new app called maybe users, so you'll just come here again and nest it here. So after nesting here, so every time then what you'll be doing just now is now coming up and adding the new URL pattern here. So if in case in the new app called users you have created a sign up form, you'll come and nest it here. A login page, you'll come and nest it here. But then for our case, we won't do that unless next time. So maybe next time we'll now go back to templating because I really wanted us to do that, but without Kevin talking, I think that's going to be a problem because I had also allocated some time for him, but something is wrong there. So sorry Kevin for that. So now we've already seen about that. So don't forget about this, guys. So every time you want to access a certain view here, you must first of all start from the main URL, which is blog in our case. So you start from blog, and then now from blog you say where you want to go. So blog, and then now, so now if you just say go blog, what you'll see is just the hello world. So now this is the default homepage for now for the blog app. So in case you want to go to another app itself, so now you want to go to another view, which is sign up, let's say. So you just call it true. Okay, sign up. It doesn't want to autocomplete. Sign up, and then just press enter, and then you'll be able to see this. So so during our next time, our next PLD, we're going now to serve this using real HTML. So we're going to style this page. We're going to create the page itself, style it together. I'll have already talked to Kevin about that, and then now after I'm done with that, Kevin will still have to present or not. He had told me he's going to present because suddenly it turns out he's free right now. So every time we'll be having a session on Django, I'll be calling him and sharing what he has to offer. So now, last thing here. So now, where is it? The views. Now, templating comes in this case here. So let's say in our case here. So now we have created this about page here. So in this about page, we'll see someone saying, okay. So now enter. I actually don't like doing this. Because as you can see, it's already pop up. It's already bringing an error, and it's supposed to be okay. Yeah. So when it comes here, okay, most of the time, just don't be doing this. Just don't be doing this at all. So after putting up this one is just a beginner class. So now we already know how now to create. We know how to create a new project in Django. We know what the pre-default files usually are about. We know how to create new views. We know how to serve the views in our main URL. We know how to map those URLs now into the blog application itself. Now next comes here. So now we now begin to write the HTML code itself. So we can't write all the HTML codes here because this one is going to be really dirty. It's going to make our work to be really dirty. Just imagine writing a whole about page from here, from this views here. It's going to be really bad. So now this is where now templating comes in. So with templating, what you do, we just come create a new file somewhere else. We won't do that right now. I'm just going to chip it up, but then we're not going to do that. So now we're just going to create a new directory called templates, and then inside that directory called templates, now we're going to create this file called about, and then we're going to nest it here. We're going to nest it here in our views.py, so that every time now a user now requests for about page is going to be served from the templates part of it. So Kevin, I don't know. I think next time we'll do a mock-up before this so that it won't happen again. So why do you prefer PowerShell and not Git Bash? You said, then I dropped. Okay. Okay. This is why I like using PowerShell. Okay. I'll say this. It just depends on the person. I like this fancy colors. So I just like using PowerShell, because with PowerShell, every time I activate my virtual environment, it usually shows me with a different color that it has been activated. With Git Bash, it won't show you; you just see it there. So in case you're waiting for a certain color to know that it has been activated, then I'm sorry, you won't be able to see that. But then with Git Bash, with PowerShell, every time you activate your virtual environment, you are going to see it. So that's why I just like it. But either way, Git Bash, PowerShell, all of them are still okay. Yeah, all of them are still okay. For those who are using Windows 11, just use the terminal. I think the terminal is really pretty good. Yeah, but then with Git Bash is also good. For those who joined our session, I'm sure the session on Python and on that programming, I'm sure you know why now some people like Git Bash compared to PowerShell, because with PowerShell you can't use the Vim IDE. You can only use that from Git Bash. So now it depends with why you want it, or your development platform. So this one is just on a personal basis. I'm not forcing it on anyone. So I think we'll stop it from here because we've had a lot to cover, but then now my co-host is not okay. His phone is not okay. So because this is just the first time, I'm not going to stress over it. I'm sure next time, which is tomorrow, or maybe if it's not tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, everything is going to be okay. Yeah, so I think that's that. So let me first of all stop this recording.